Hello, people. Yep, it's that time again. It's soapbox Wednesday. Right, what am I going to talk about today? Um, okay, we'll kick off with this discussion online, talking politics. Not my favourite subject. Um, what do you say? It's broken. It doesn't matter who you vote for. It's been fucked around and patched up and twiddled around with, and it don't work. You can't run a country on a, what is it, 4, 5, 6 billion pounds debt. I worry if I owned a shopkeeper 5 pence round the corner. Jesus Christ. Um, and it's just, well, yeah, we can put a band-aid on that to fix that problem for now. But it always comes back to bite whoever's in role in the arse. Let's be honest. A band-aid does not seal a full-on gushing cut, does it? We have to stitch it up. If your car's knackered and you keep on repairing it, what do? You stop, you change it, you don't keep throwing money at it. Now, having said that, the solution to the problem isn't exactly black and white. I mean, the obvious solution would be to say, right, stop right where we are, close the borders, stop stuff coming in, stuff going out, get our farmers to plant food for us, um, yeah, generally take the government out of place. There's the top, I think it's the top 10 richest people in this country that could actually clear the national debt. So shut the borders, clear, get the 10 people together, get to clear the national debt. Tell them they never have to pay taxes again. Bang, job done. No more money owed. So we're starting on a clean slate. And then all you've got to worry about is what's coming in and where it's got to go. That would be the simple answer. Anyone that's coming over here on asylum, ship them over to France. France shipped them over here, let's ship them back again. Get rid of them all. And start afresh. Don't try and repair that can't be repaired because it's too broken. That's the easy way of doing it. No, the hard way is we carry on going the way we are and it finally collapses in on itself. And then we're all going to be stuffed. Well and truly. Well, that's my thoughts on that anyway. I could harp on about that for weeks. Right, yeah. Onwards and upwards. Right. case you didn't know, I play games, I test games. I do a lot of gaming on PC nowadays, due to one thing or another. Um, and everyone's going, oh, we can't find servers. And some of these games have been out for a while. And I've been on these servers, and it's like, you go on a server as a fresh spawn, or a noob, or a freshie, whatever you want to call it, and I can understand the sites asking for donations, etc., etc., just to keep the server going. But if you donate and then go on a server as a fresh spawn, because they haven't got what I would class as a noobs area, they're instantly dropped into a game field where players have been playing for months. So they have all the tech, all the bases, etc. And they keep on shooting them time and time again. And they finally give up and don't bother going back to the server. And then servers just die. Until someone actually works this out, games aren't going to last. Armoured Warfare's got it right. World of Battleships has got it right. Because until you hit a certain level, you can't go and play with the big boys. Which I think's a bloody good idea. So yeah, that's what I think on that one. Right, it's getting close to the end now. For today. I've got other stuff I want to cover, but obviously I'm trying to keep this short and sweet, as you do. God, there is so much to cover. I'm gonna pause it for a minute. Right, sorry about that, guys. I just needed to take a break. Oh God, this stuff winds me up. Right, no, I'm gonna carry on. I'm calm myself down now. Council, government, red tape, and benefits. What a minefield. Before I started doing this, I used to run my own business. I was done building maintenance basically. I was a plumber, electrician, painter and decorator, you name it, I done it. And things were taking off quite nicely. It got to the point where we weren't, the books were full, we weren't scrounging around for pennies like we'd spent the first year doing. And as umpteen people told me, it's very rare for a company to make a profit in the first year of trading. And they were right. But that's a whole different story. Well, since then, I've got a spot of bad news. I have arthritis of the spine. So I'm like, right, no worries. just take out the bit that's broken, put a new bit in. Now you go, it's not that simple. So I'm like, right, so what's coming next? So they sent me off for this, that and this. I'm presently going through acupuncture. Oh, right, stop. Yeah, benefits. What a bloody minefield. Um, go, go to the job centre. First you have to find out where to claim. Once you found out where to claim, I turned up at the job centre. Now taking in mind that on a bad day I'm either stuck in a wheelchair or using crutches to get around. The job centre for the area I'm living in is a mile away. What a palaver getting there. Yeah, turns up at the job centre. Right, this is the situation. I need to speak to someone. Oh, sorry, you'll have to go home. Phone up for an appointment and they'll give you an appointment. It usually takes 2 to 3 weeks. Oh, right, okay. So I then gets all the way home, phones up, and speaks to exactly the same person I spoke to when I was at the job centre. Outstanding. Why they couldn't just turn around and go, "Yep, we've got an appointment for so and so," I don't know. Anyway, they turn around and say, "Well, we need a sick note." And I'm like, right, okay. So I goes to see his doctor. He goes, "Yeah, no worries." Boof. There you go, 6 months straight off. I'm like, well, I wanted to be back on my feet. He goes, "There's no way you're going to be able to go back to your job." I'm like, okay, right, okay. So I then go to the job centre, and this carries on for a while. And then all of a sudden one day, I go to the bank to get the pittance the government pays you. There's no money. So I rings up, and I'm like, why haven't I received the benefit? And they're like, "Well, we didn't receive your last sick note, but I stuck it in one of your envelopes, blah, blah, blah." "Yeah, but we didn't receive it, so we've cancelled." And I'm like, oh my God. So you spend the day rushing around trying to get paperwork back together. And then it turns around, you can actually go into the local office, hand it to them, and they fax it straight over instead of putting it through the post. I'm like, well, why weren't we told this to start with? It's a nightmare. Um, Sold most of my tools so I could get a PC to be able to do this one. Yeah, it's rather gutting some days. But yeah, I mean, looking from both sides of the coin, as I've now had the misfortune to do, some of I can understand why some people cheat on benefits. Only some, mind you. You get £113 a week to live on, and you're like, right, okay. But here's the kicker: if you are fit enough to go to work, in you get less. But hold the phone. You still have to pay everything. You have to job interviews. Still got to go to those. You've then, after a while, if you're still unable to find work, you've then got to be, how do you put this, willing, in brackets, to travel up to an hour away from home, back and forth. Fine, that's not a problem. But hold on a minute, you have to do a month's work before you get paid. I don't know if this is still true. It used to be true. Either way, if you don't, and you start halfway through a month, you've still got to find the money for the 2 weeks travel back and forth. If you start at the beginning of a pay month, you've still got to find a month's back and forth money. It's what, £6.50 for a bus ticket anywhere in Kent. So it's, hold on a minute, 30 days at £6.50. That's not cheap by any man's standards. I mean, even when I was fully fit and able to work, I wouldn't have paid that. As far as I know, the government will pay interview travel if you come up with an appropriate letter. But most of it's done on PC now. So I'm not too sure how that works. But how on earth do you expect someone that's earning on 65 quid a week to be able to afford to travel to and fro from a job for a month? I don't know. Perhaps there is something in place I'm not sure of. But paying, I mean, Christ, I'm struggling like buggery just to keep my head above water. I've basically sold everything of any major value to buy the computer so I can do this and pay off my creditors. So I don't know. It's a rock and a hard place. I can understand people being peeved at working while someone spends all day at home and gets money off the government for it. That I can totally understand. But now having the shoe on the other foot, I can also understand why people want more money to be able to live on benefits for the short time they are on benefits, because as much as everyone shouts about, there's always a bad penny in every barrel. So yeah, the bad ones get all the publicity, the ones that are out of work for a couple of months don't. I haven't seen the last unemployment figures, so I don't know about that at the moment. I will get some facts and figures together for next Wednesday, and we'll scratch over this again. I don't want to keep on harping on about this. It's done, dusted, sorted. Um, while we're on the subject, housing. It costs an arm and a leg. You don't realise how much it costs until you haven't got the money to pay for it anymore. Well, you've got the money there and you don't have to worry about it, it's fine. But as soon as that cash pot goes, you're in stump. Deep stump. So, yeah, be careful, guys. Put money away for a rainy day. Make sure you don't touch it. Um, Admittedly, I wasn't quite at that point with my business, so I couldn't put money away for a rainy day. It wasn't that. I wasn't to that point. But yeah, be careful. If you are at that point and you can afford to do it, then do it. Because believe me, if I was at that point, I could have afforded to done it. With hindsight, I would have done it straight away. Because as things stand, it's dire. Never mind. That's me. Right, look, guys, I'm gonna sign off now. I've done more than I intended to cover today. Um, yeah, I've touched on the housing thing and the unemployment, and I'll most probably pick up on that next time. Um, yeah, no, no, I'm gonna finish it there. So, be safe, God bless, and I'll see you soon. Taddy bye for now.